Hi, and welcome to our second Monday Musings. Today is all about resting and soothing, but it's Monday, I hear you saying. That's the opposite of achieving and striving, right? That's what we do on Mondays. But what if you achieve more and strive better when you've had a proper rest? When you've given yourself some care? What if achievement is actually hampered by not giving self care or giving yourself enough priority? And what if self care is not indulgent or for softies? Recognize that thought in your head? Oh no, I'm not a softie. I can carry on. I'll just keep going. Well, if we know that Olympic athletes follow a training plan that includes intentional rest days, then perhaps that's something that we can notice that might be helpful for us as well. On these days, they intentionally rest so that they can recover from the strains that they've put on their mind and their body, and that prepares them for the next section of training, which helps them to build on the last one. If they don't rest, then that increases their risk of strains and injury, and we're no different from this. If we don't rest, we increase our risk of strains and injury to our body and our mind. Now, we know that ADHDers are under stress of constant vigilance and looking out for risks so that we can fit in properly. And that builds stress hormones, right? That's the one where we build up adrenaline and cortisol. And if we don't get a break or a way to neutralize this, and then it reduces our executive function, the bit that helps us to plan things or work out what step follows what. And we struggle with that anyway as ADHDers. It has makes us have poor emotional regulation. Another thing that ADHDers struggle with anyway. Don't need any more of that. And it reduces the uptake of nutrients as well as reducing our immunity. So that's when we start getting sniffles and tummy bugs and all kinds of things like that. So the hormone that's associated with soothing and resting is oxytocin. And this is the one you'll recognize. This is the one you get when you have a cuddle with a baby or a pet or someone that you feel safe and loved with. The trouble with relying on that kind of scenario is that it involves other people and beings, and we don't have control over when that's going to happen quite so much. Um, and if we could find a way to do that for ourselves, to put in place situations in which we feel that oxytocin, in which we produce the oxytocin, then it's much more reliable to counteract all those stress hormones. So I wonder if we could consider what circumstances might call for that in your life this week. What could you possibly put down this week that doesn't need your urgent care? What could you prioritize that would help you to release a bit more oxytocin as you rest and digest? If you would like some more tips on how to increase your self care and soothing without that guilt that could come along with spending time on rest, then do follow me for some more tips. And if you're ready to start work on prioritizing yourself without guilt, then get in touch on connect@rewiretherapy.co.uk. I look forward to seeing you in the next Monday Musings.